So what are you looking for as you're kind of creating these cultures together? I mean, I think with your teams, you are looking for, capacity to love. As you bring people onto your team, and as you work to grow each other, growing your capacity to love, very important. Your capacity for loyalty, very important. I think that growing up in the church that I grew up in, which was a great experience for me, but I didn't quite understand loyalty, or put it this way, loyalty looked like we all agreed to have opinions but not say them out loud. If that makes sense. And it's almost like leadership is like, yeah, that works for me. As long as you keep it to yourself. But so loyalty was this restricting of myself rather than this, I am for your highest and best good. To use language Danny Soka's used, I want to make you look like a genius. And so even when I came on staff here at Bethel with my previous pastor, who I love, is a great man of God and discipled me, I subtly, not purposely, not by design, but I subtly kind of carved out my ministry in opposition to his giftings. So like he was really good at this stuff, so I'm going to be really good at this stuff. And I kind of set it up so the congregation would see, well, you have Dan, if you want this, Dan's your go-to guy there. Now, if you'd have said, hey, Dan, are you doing this? I'd have said, not in a million years, I'm loyal. But when I look back at how I understood myself as a free agent, how I understood myself as on my way to bigger and better things, how I kind of treated the environment like, you're kind of lucky to have me. I mean, I came work for free, for crying out loud, educated, boom, funny, boom, take that. So, I mean, love God, you're welcome. So that free agent thing really built into me somehow. And it was being with Chris and Bill and Charlie Harper and Danny and Sherry Silk that I began to see loyalty in a way that I hadn't seen it before. And, some of Chris's sermons, how we disagree and don't divorce, and how, that we're not always gathered around perfect agreement, but we're actually gathered around our covenant. Some of this language, like, wow, I did not come with a grid for that. I had to unlearn my old way and kind of learn loyalty. And then learn that loyalty wasn't this dysfunctional, like we're going to pretend things aren't happening, but was this loving engagement with each other. Speaking the truth in love, working towards resolution, working through conflict. So as you're building your team, you're looking for capacity to love, you're looking for capacity for loyalty. Another one I didn't think was that important is that it's very important to Chris, at least to Chris I know, I think to Bill, is longevity. Longevity. And it pushes my free agent buttons as well at some level, But when Chris hires, he's like, I want people who are going to be on the team, see themselves as going to be on the team for 8, 9, 10 years. And sometimes I'm saying to Chris, like, I get that, but there's some folks we're going to get for 2 years. They're going to be amazing. They're here to learn as much as they are here to give, and their stay with us might be brief. And Chris is like, yeah, I get that. I don't love it. He's like, I want to have a team of longevity. And you see, I think some of the secret sauce of what happens here at Bethel is the longevity of these covenant relationships and covenant marriages in the middle of our team with Bill and Benny and Chris and Kathy and Charlie and Julie and Danny and Sherry and many others. This longevity is like the secret nuclear reaction. Well, longevity is a result. Covenant is the secret nuclear reaction that creates this loyalty and this longevity. And I think a lot of it is the fruit of, it's very much they were planting an orchard 25 years ago that we're eating the fruit of. But in their relationships, and all the frustration they worked through, when they actually lived in the same houses together because one of them didn't have enough money, when they knew each other's strengths and weaknesses and sought to cover their strengths and weaknesses instead of carving out a ministry in opposition to their strengths and weaknesses, this sort of faithful friendship is like this nuclear reactor at the middle of what we're doing. And so it is worth modeling on your teams. It's worth kind of getting to those spots where you actually have that and feel like we will fight for this and protect this at all costs.